Most winning is not beautiful. It's not sexy. It's not exciting. It's a grind. When you look at the people making history, you imagine fireworks, applause, glory. But the truth, it rarely feels like that. What it feels like is work. Endless work. Lonely work. The kind of work that makes you wonder if it's even worth it. The kind of work where you're the only one still showing up when everyone else has already quit. But here's the truth you need to hear. That grind, that struggle, that feeling of being unseen and unrecognized, that's exactly what separates the great from the average. It's not the spotlight that builds champions. It's the brick you lay every single day when nobody's watching. Because while you're laying bricks daily, someone else is only showing up every third day. And over time, brick by brick, your wall will stand taller, stronger, unshakable. That's the difference. Consistency, relentless effort, doing the hard things over and over again. You don't need to be born into the right neighborhood. You don't need to have wealthy parents. You don't need the perfect connections. You need one thing, just one thing: effort. The willingness to show up and do the hard work every single day. That's the real currency of success, but let me be clear. Our world is full of soft people. People who complain about tough days. People who want everything fast, easy, and convenient. But you can't be one of them. When life throws a hard day at me, I don't complain. I get excited. I look for the hard things on purpose. Because every time I conquer something difficult, I come out stronger. At the end of a brutal day, when my body is tired and my mind is tested, I feel a surge of gratitude. I whisper thank you. Because that pain, that test is a gift. It's mental weightlifting. It's resistance training for the mind. Every day, I want you to find something hard to do intentionally, because that's how toughness is built. So make today the day you stop chasing easy. Make today the day you stop looking for shortcuts. From this moment forward, choose the path that makes you stronger, not the one that makes you comfortable. You ask me, how do people make it to the NFL? How do they make it in corporate America? How do they make it to the NBA? The answer isn't talent. The answer isn't luck. The answer is consistency. Show up day after day, early, prepared, disciplined. That's the secret. I remember when I finally got serious about my own life. I stopped skipping class. I started showing up early. I did the homework. I stopped breaking promises to myself, and something amazing happened. I became consistent. I became reliable, not just to others, but to myself. And when you become consistent with yourself, when you stop letting yourself down, that's when you unlock power you didn't even know you had. Understand this: you will have to work for every single thing you get. Nothing is handed to you. Freedom isn't given, it's earned. Success isn't given, it's earned. Every dream you're chasing, every goal you want, is going to demand a price. And that price is paid in effort, discipline, and grit. Every single day. Yes, the dream is real, but the lifestyle is real too. And let me tell you, greatness doesn't come from excitement or hype. It doesn't come from feeling motivated once in a while. Greatness comes from doing the boring, the mundane, the repetitive tasks that average people quit on. It comes from staying consistent when it's no longer fun. It comes from discipline. Because easy doesn't pay well. Easy doesn't last. The people who win in the long run are the ones who keep doing the hard things, especially when they don't feel like it. Discipline is not a talent. Grit is not a gift. Fortitude is not luck. These are skills, and skills are built. How do you build discipline? You practice hardship. You train yourself to do what you don't want to do. You don't feel like getting up? You get up anyway. You don't feel like making the bed? You make it anyway. You don't feel like dealing with that paperwork? You deal with it now, no hesitation. Every time you push yourself through the uncomfortable, you're sharpening your edge. At first, it feels unnatural. At first, it feels painful. But over time, you rewire your brain. You learn how to perform when things aren't perfect. You learn how to execute when you're tired, when you're stressed, when life is inconvenient. And every time you push through, you get tougher, stronger, not just physically, but mentally. And every time you quit, every time you take the easy way out, your discipline weakens, your willpower shrinks, and you cannot let that happen. So anticipate the fire. Anticipate the difficulty. Don't run from it. Expect it. Welcome it. Teach your mind to honor the struggle. Because every time you face resistance, you're conditioning yourself for success. When you feel discouraged, don't say, "I guess I quit." Say instead, "This is part of the process. This is building me." Tell your mind, "This pain, this struggle, it's shaping me into someone who can handle the dream I'm chasing." Because here's the truth. If you can survive this, if you can rise through this, you can conquer anything. When you push through the hardest days, you gain something no one can ever take from you: confidence. The kind of confidence that doesn't come from motivation, but from proof. Proof that you did not break. Proof that you didn't quit. Proof that when it got hard, you showed up anyway. So I'll ask you, what do you do on the days you don't feel inspired? Do you have the habits, the rituals, the guts to show up anyway? Do you have the courage to grind when no one's watching? Because that's the real difference. That's the inch by inch fight that separates greatness from mediocrity. Life is not going to get easier. It's going to get harder. It's going to test you more. So you don't need it to get easier. You need to get tougher. You need to get sharper. And if you can stick to the plan you set for yourself, no matter what life throws at you, you become unstoppable. That's the grind. That's the price. That's the truth. Hard work is not punishment. It's preparation. Every challenge you face, every obstacle in your path, every difficult task, it's all training. Training you to become the person capable of holding the success you're chasing. The truth is, success demands more of you than you are today. And struggle, that's the bridge between who you are now and who you must become. So let's redefine what hard work really means. It's not just about long hours or heavy workloads. Hard work is bigger than that. It's the pressure of expectations, the weight of deadlines, the stress of competing against people who seem smarter, faster, more connected. Hard work is learning new skills you don't feel ready for. It's stepping into situations where there's no clear solution, no easy path. Hard work is working with people who test your patience, who doubt you, who challenge your confidence. That's the battlefield. That's the grind. And yet it's also the opportunity. Because every single difficulty is shaping you into someone stronger. The fire you're standing in right now isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to refine you. As the saying goes, as pressure creates diamonds, struggle creates extraordinary people. The question is, will you run from the fire, or will you stand in it long enough to let it transform you? Think about it. Every time you push through hardship, you're training your mind. Struggle is a gym for your spirit. Just like lifting weights builds your muscles, carrying heavy challenges builds your resilience. You may feel like it's breaking you, but in truth, it's building you. There's a powerful truth. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that applies not just to physical survival, but to every part of life. Every hard job you finish, every conflict you resolve, every obstacle you climb, it all adds layers to your strength. Strength that most people will never develop because they choose the easy way out. That's why I want you to shift your mindset. Don't beg for easy. Don't pray for fewer problems. Pray for more strength. Because strength is what you need to walk through the fire. And strength only comes from the struggle. Listen to this. Don't pray for an easy job. Pray for the strength to do a hard one. Think about that. What would your life look like if instead of running from difficulty, you leaned into it? What if every time life handed you something tough, you said, "This is my chance. This is my training. This is how I grow. That's the mindset of champions. They don't run from the mountain. They climb it. They don't hide from the storm. They walk into it. They don't complain about the weight. They lift it until it becomes light. Let me remind you, the safe zone, the so-called comfort zone, is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. The safest ship is the one sitting in the harbor, but ships weren't built for harbors. They were built for storms, for oceans, for exploration. And you weren't built for comfort. You were built for challenge. Every challenge you face is a test, and every test you pass moves you closer to the strongest version of yourself. When you embrace the struggle, you stop seeing it as a curse and start seeing it as a blessing. Think about the times you've grown the most. Were they in easy seasons when life was calm and predictable? Or were they in the hard seasons, the painful seasons, the times you thought you might not make it through? Growth comes in the storm, not in the sunshine. The truth is, every challenge is a choice. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. You can let it turn you bitter, or you can let it make you better. You can see it as a wall blocking your path, or as a staircase lifting you higher. That's why champions talk about seeking discomfort. They don't wait for life to test them. They test themselves. They choose the hard path on purpose. They take the cold shower. They run the extra mile. They face their fears head on. Because they know the person who embraces struggle will always outlast the one who avoids it. And yes, it will hurt. It will feel unfair. It will make you question yourself. But when you push through, you gain something priceless: self-respect. You can look in the mirror and say, I did not quit. I did not surrender. I stood tall when it was hard. And that confidence, that unshakable inner strength, is something nobody can give you. You can only earn it by facing the struggle. So the next time you're overwhelmed, remember this: the challenge is not there to stop you. It's there to reveal you. It's there to show you who you really are. Every time you choose courage over comfort, every time you choose persistence over quitting, you are stepping closer to your best self. Don't fear the struggle. Honor it. Because the struggle is the forge. It's where character is made. It's where grit is born. And it's where your future is waiting. So I'll leave you with this. Don't wish for easy days. Wish for the courage to conquer hard ones. Don't wish for a life without struggle. Wish for the strength to rise above it. Because in the end, the struggle you're facing today is shaping the victory you'll celebrate tomorrow. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants freedom. Everyone dreams of a better life. But here's the reality. Not everyone survives the 7 challenges that stand in the way. These challenges aren't outside you, they're inside you. They test your patience, your courage, your discipline, and only those who rise through them make it to the other side. So what are they? Let's break them down. 1. Age. The lie of too young or too old age is just a number, but too many people let it become a prison. The young say, I'm not ready. The old say, it's too late. But champions know better. They know that age is never the problem. Mindset is. Think of Colonel Sanders, who founded KFC at 65. Think of young entrepreneurs building billion-dollar companies in their 20s. Success doesn't ask for your birth certificate. It asks for your effort. So whether you're 18 or 80, stop using age as an excuse. Start using it as fuel. 2. What others think, the chains of approval. Here's the truth. If you live for approval, you will die from rejection. Too many people waste their lives worrying about the opinions of others. But champions, they know their worth comes from within. You can't control what people say. You can't control their judgment. But you can control your response. The only opinion that matters is the one you'll give yourself in the mirror. So stop asking, what will they think? And start asking, what do I know is right? Because the world's greatest achievements were made by people others once laughed at, doubted, or ignored. 3. Toxic people. The company you keep you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's not a cliche, it's a fact. If you surround yourself with complainers, you'll complain. If you surround yourself with dreamers and doers, you'll rise. Look at the greatest companies in the world. Apple, Microsoft, Google. They weren't built by individuals alone. They were built by partnerships, by people who challenged and lifted each other. If your circle doesn't push you forward, it's pulling you backward. So cut the poison. Create a circle that inspires you. Because you'll never reach your peak while surrounded by people who drag you down. 4. Fear. The phantom enemy. Fear is not real. Danger is real. Fear is imagination. It's your mind exaggerating what could go wrong, and if you let it, fear will cage you. But here's the truth. The thing you fear the most is often the very thing you need to face. Fear loses power the moment you confront it. Champions don't ignore fear. They step into it. They use fear as fuel, turning anxiety into adrenaline, turning doubt into determination. Remember this. Fear will either control you or you will control it. The choice is yours. 5. Negativity. The weight of complaints. Life is already hard. Don't make it harder by letting negativity infect your mind. The truth is, negativity is contagious. Complainers drain your energy. Critics steal your focus. Champions know how to set boundaries. They don't let toxic voices dictate their mood. Instead, they ask one simple question when faced with complainers: what are you going to do about it? That question kills negativity and replaces it with action. Stop rehearsing your problems. Start rehearsing your solutions. Gratitude and optimism are weapons. Use them daily. 6. The past and the future. The traps of time. Some people can't move forward because they're chained to the past. Regrets, mistakes, failures. Others can't move forward because they're paralyzed by the future. Worries, fears, uncertainty. But champions, they live in the present. They learn from the past, but they don't live there. They plan for the future, but they don't fear it. They understand that the only power they have is in the now. You can't rewrite yesterday. You can't predict tomorrow. But you can dominate today, and if you dominate enough todays, the future will take care of itself. 7. Circumstances. The storm around you, life, will never hand you the perfect conditions. The economy will fluctuate. Politics will shift. The world will throw chaos at you. But champions don't focus on what they can't control. They double down on what they can. Their effort, their attitude, their actions. Storms will come, but storms also pass. And if you keep moving, if you keep grinding, you will outlast the storm. These 7 challenges, age, opinions, toxic people, fear, negativity, time traps, and circumstances, are the real enemies of success. Not your lack of talent, not your lack of money, not your lack of opportunity. These 7. And if you can overcome them, nothing can stop you. Because once you've proven you can silence the noise, cut the poison, face the fear, and keep grinding regardless of circumstance, you become untouchable. You become unstoppable. So let me leave you with this. Life will not get easier, but you will get tougher. Success is hard, but that's exactly why it's worth it. Because if it were easy, everybody would have it. If it were easy, it wouldn't mean anything. Success is hard, but so are you.